Thank you, Spirit, for giving us this opportunity to share the knowledge, share our hearts together, expand our minds, our hearts together while we share, while we listen to each other. Thank you, Spirit, for giving us this opportunity to slow down so we can conversate from an open heart. As we open the sacred container of information sharing, education, and healing, I kindly ask Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to come forth. Archangel Michael, I ask you to please come forth and shield the soul that is watching this video. Clear, remove, and send to the light all entities that don't serve their highest good. And I ask Archangel Raphael to come forth and apply healing and support for the soul as long as it is for their highest good. Archangel Metatron, come forth and help us, guide us, connect to the truth. Help us stay focused in the truth. And so it is. Welcome, beautiful soul, to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. Namaste. My name is Jakara, and I am a spiritual healing facilitator. And today I wanted to talk about a specific topic that Spirit has been nagging me for, I want to say about 2 years now. I've been guided into this journey of understanding what the next step we are being guided to do together as humanity when it comes down to healing. So as you follow this channel and you've been following all of the videos that I've posted here, you know that I'm here really wanting to share everything that I received from Spirit, and also anything that I have been learning in my own journey of being a practitioner and holding space for my clients. And I kind of wanted to step into today's topic, and I wanted to talk about the importance of really focusing our healing towards healing collective trauma. So, what happens is that we have this very interesting experience here on this planet. We have the very individual experience where, we have specific things that are really related to us as an individual soul, that are charged by specific the karmic entanglements that are related to our own experience. But added to that, we can't deny that we are part of a whole. If you've ever heard of oneness, right, or the idea of oneness, this is not just an idea or a concept. This is a truth in the universal standpoint of where we reside in the universe. So not only in this planet but in the universe. But let's say we wanted to bring it just into the micro level. Let's go from the macro to the micro. And macro going from the universe, really making it more micro into our own lives. We ourselves are part of a network that is related to our bloodline. So we are related to our parents and our brothers, sisters, and then so on, right? Like the family tree. That in itself is it's a microcosm, right, of oneness that we are experiencing there. We're all intertwined, let's say, intermingled, and we are part of this higher consciousness that is the family tree. However, this is not the only experience of oneness that we may have. Of course, if we have a traumatic event in a family, let's say there is things such as domestic violence or abuse, or any sort of situation where maybe there was an economic turmoil within the family. Maybe there's a point of maybe going through a tough time where there's not enough food, and or maybe not knowing when bills are going to be paid next. All of these are traumatic events that are being experienced in the family as a unit. So these are definitely important to heal, and typically we address these sort of in a when we talk about ancestral healing. That's really what we're doing right there, is that we're really addressing the healing of the collective, of the family, of our family tree, right? That's really what it's about. Now, but we don't really, our family tree doesn't exist in a vacuum, right? So the family itself is part of a bigger network of different families that are all in some shape or form interconnected. Whether we know each other or not, there is an interconnection between all of us, and we're all affecting each other. And the interesting thing about this is that at the subconscious level, we are all interconnected as well. So there's kind of like this collective consciousness, right? If you've ever heard of that idea or that concept of collective consciousness, really all there is that interconnection of all of the subconscious minds that exist here on this planet and beyond. But let's say we go into the, we go from the, from the universal into, let's say, this specific planet, and then we go maybe into the specific city that we're in. Let's say we had a really terrible situation in the city where maybe there was a huge fire, and this fire basically annihilated all of the homes and places of work for everyone in that city. Let's just imagine this, right? Or maybe we're thinking, maybe here in Florida, maybe there is a hurricane that comes through and really devastates one part of Florida, or maybe several cities, right? In that state, or in the state. So all of these experiences are happening at the collective, and in some shape or form, they are affecting, right? Individually, each person, right? Each person is being affected individually. Their own experience is going to unfold in its own way, but there's also that collective trauma, right? That collective experience where in turn creates, let's say, a karmic entanglement. So if we really look at, for example, things such as war, or any sort of famine, or any other collective type of experiences that we may be exposed to, if you really look at at history, a lot of things tend to repeat themselves. And there's kind of like this saying, right, where it's like, oh my gosh, like history repeats itself, and things keep happening over and over again, and we don't understand why. Well, if we step a little further into the conversation and we try to stay curious about this, we can start to realize that there is a collective consciousness, right, at the subconscious level. So it's that collective subconscious that is pretty much creating these experiences for them to happen again. So as complicated as it can sound, think about it this way, right? So we come down, we incarnate, and we incarnate with souls that are most likely have dealt with very similar things. So there's almost like this vibrational, kind of cluster, right? That happens, and as the vibrational cluster happens, then that collective subconscious is going to recreate the experiences that happened before. Now, what is the purpose of these collective experiences being exposed again in our lives? Well, the idea for this is to, as we move into our more conscious experience, is to really sit there and say, okay, what part can I, take forward to be able to unfold and to detangle, right? Detangle or untangle this specific situation. How can I move forward in this? And that's where we typically get called, right, to do some self-healing work. So that's when we get called to maybe do some healing with a, you know, with a practitioner, or maybe we want to attend a retreat or any sort of type of experience that will help us release these energies. Now, why is this important for us to address? So just as we just, of course, I've been talking about, addressing past experiences so that way we can move forward in our lives. There is a different layer here that we need to also address, which is that collective, right? That collective consciousness type of programs that can be at play in our lives at this moment. So, the message that Spirit keeps sharing over and over with me is that the next step in our journey as a collective in humanity is to really start working towards releasing the collective karmic programs that we have been carrying at the subconscious level. So the more, if you're watching this video and this is resonating with you, and you're feeling like this is something that you've been feeling in your heart as well, and maybe you've been thinking about, you know what, I really wish we can heal together. I really want to see the world, shift over into a higher vibrational into a high vibrational space. I really want to see what I can do to move forward. Or maybe I'm being called to do some healing work, but not only do healing work for myself, but also make sure that I am helping others. Then you most likely are one of those people who potentially can really, let's just say, be called to do this type of collective healing work. So the more of us show up for collective healings, the more of us set the intention to do healing at the collective level, the easier it will become. The burden will become easier and easier for those who are still, dealing with not being in that awareness. But that's okay, because even at that moment, that burden, that energy becomes less intense for even for them, even if they're not aware of it at the moment. And as we talk about this, I kind of wanted to zero in into what collective trauma is. And I found this article online that comes from Drexel University, and they have a Center for Hunger-Free Communities, and they had this specific topic in regards to looking at collective trauma and collective healing. So this is a conversation that is happening, and we're very aware of, and we're trying to address it, right, in every level that we can, right? But here I am really focusing on the spiritual level of collective healing. Okay, but collective healing has to happen in many aspects, right? One of the things that they say here, which I really resonate with, is that they indicate here that collective trauma is an event or series of harmful or life-threatening events that a group of people experience that has lasting adverse effects on their mental, physical, social, emotional, and or spiritual well-being. So here they're even addressing, for example, going back to the example that I was addressing in regards to Florida and the hurricane, right? When we get hit by a hurricane, there is a lot of damage and damage control that we have to address in our own lives individually and also as a community. And then as a community, what I mean is, the neighborhoods, also the local governments and beyond, right? So, but we got the physical and the mental, the social, the emotional, but also the spiritual is being affected. There is an imprint at the spiritual level that is also being basically carried at that moment. So why is this important? Because these disasters, when they're not addressed and they're not released and they're not processed, right? When we don't have the chance to process these, and we have well established that a lot of our parents and our ancestors didn't really have the chance to sit and relieve themselves from this. They were just surviving. So we are in this beautiful space now, right, where we have lots of time. We're in this information age where we're not out there, trying to, bring the crop, right, and work the land like our ancestors did. We're actually inside learning and expanding our minds, and we have the chance to really take some time to reflect upon our own experiences and reflect upon, what is it within us that could potentially be related to either ancestral or karmic experiences that we are ready to release, that we are being that is coming face forward in our lives and saying, hey, we're here, these experiences are here, and you're feeling this need to release it, right? And this intuitive need to release it is basically an invitation from the universe to move forward in that path. So, going back to this, when we look at all of these experiences, and I'm not talking only about natural disasters, when I'm talking about even experiences that are created by humans, such as police brutality, or such as war, or any other type of experience that can affect a collective, right? A collective group of people, then we want to really sit together and think about how can we heal these parts of ourselves. Because whether we like it or not, we are also reacting to these parts of ourselves that are still unconscious to us. And so whenever we feel, these knee-jerk reactions, of course it's coming from a place of pain, it's coming from a place of unhealed trauma. So it's really working towards not only our mental health and moving through these experiences in addressing our mental health, especially if it's something that happened on this lifetime, but also addressing the spiritual parts of things, right? And I cannot express enough how this has, me addressing, even in my own healing journey, addressing the collective consciousness parts of my journey of healing. It has released me from really coming into a space of reactivity, and more into a space of pondering. So when we go into that space of pondering, we're able to make better decisions, we're able to come up with solutions, we're able to make choices that are more aligned with a healed experience versus an unhealed experience. Now, one thing that I wanted to mention here as well is that, being reminded right now that, we as humans, as humanity, is meant to be tribal. We're meant to be tribal. We're meant to be in community. That's really who we are meant to be. And what happens is that, based on the recent events from 2020, and and of course the way that we have built our society, which is work, 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 and and just be in your own cubicle, or be in your own, in your car, and just kind of like this separation that's been happening. We've been slowly separating ourselves from each other, in turn creating so much of that need to really come back together. But when we try to come back together, it's difficult for a lot of us, because then we are experiencing things such as social anxiety, or maybe some social awkwardness, right? And we don't know maybe how to come together anymore, and how to talk through an experience, or try to even understand who we are as part of a collective, because we're so immersed in our individual experience, and our separate experience, that is harder for us to come together. And the call here from spirit is to really start moving into community. We really do need to start moving into community. We need to really start coming together, to start healing together. There's really no other way for us to move forward into that 5D. The 5D is not looking like everyone living their own lives separate from each other. That's not the 5D. The 5D is all about community, and from a place of healing, from a place of love, from a place of compassion, from a place of understanding, from a place of coming together, of problem solving together, and finding ways to hear each other and feel into each other's love. You know, time and time again, I have been basically given the information that the future is really all about us connecting from all levels. I'm talking about, we are meant to be connecting from the very top of our crown all the way to our root chakras, to everyone. We're meant to be able to do this fully without having to feel any sort of karmic entanglement and kind of like that separation type of energy, or jarring type of energy between each other. So that is the future. The future is going into that energy, right? But what happens is that we are not in the space yet, right? We're not in the space of coming together, because we're still learning about our process of healing. We're still learning about our karmic entanglements, and this is part of that journey. So as part of the journey of doing collective healing, I, of course, do one-on-one sessions. You guys already know that I do spiritual response therapy sessions, and I clear the Akashic records using this spiritual response therapy, and I also use other modalities that I have developed as well to do that one-on-one healing, which is just as important. I'm not saying, and I'm not saying that's something that you should overlook, because absolutely your own individual experience is also important to address. But you also want to make sure that you step a little further and recognize that doing the collective healing is just as important. This is the reason why I recently launched a membership, which is going to be open until the 1st. And the only reason why I'm opening it only until the 1st of March is because I can only handle so many people coming in, and I'm the one, receiving everyone, and I want to make sure that everyone receives all the information. But we will be meeting once a month, and the first meeting is going to be this coming Thursday, and we're going to be meeting once a month to do collective clearings, Akashic clearings, using the SRT method and other methods as well. We will be doing that, and there will be also a collective reading that will happen afterwards, like a collective message that Spirit will, of course, offer at the end of each healing session. So every month we get to clear those collective programs that are karmic from other lifetimes, that are no longer serving our highest good, and we're ready to really move forward with. And you will also be part of a private Telegram group that will receive a weekly reading. And that weekly reading is going to be collective as well. And in addition to that, you guys already know that every Monday I am doing the live streams on Instagram. And if you don't know that, I want to invite you to reach out to me on Instagram, the Blooming Lotus Healing, and I have that I do the readings, the one-on-one readings, and I can't get everyone, but I try to get as many as I can, at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays, from 7 to 8 p.m. And those of you who join the Cosmic Light Activation membership will get priority in those readings. So if you submit your question through Telegram, I will be receiving the questions up until Mondays at 3:33 p.m. And then after that, then anything else that is received after that, then I will recycle to the next week. But those of you who join will be able to receive the priority on the readings as well. Of course, I will try to get as many people from the membership, but I also want to honor those who come in through Meetup. So I also honor those who are coming in as well, because I want to try to make sure that everyone feels seen and heard. And I know it's kind of hard to do that when there's only one of me and many of you, but I'm gonna try my best. And but at least you get that priority. You know that you will get that priority in as being part of the group. And then plus you get the readings anyway every week with the collective readings that I will be posting privately through the Telegram group, and that's basically sent to your phone directly, so it's really great. So I want to invite you to consider joining this program, not only because you're going to be part of a community of people who are obviously looking to move into a high vibrational place. So the energy is always going to be really high and really beautiful. But also, you are going to be able to be to address all other aspects of your healing journey that you may have not be addressing um, for the past whatever time you've been in your healing journey. So I really want to invite you to connect to this, to really feel it in your heart, and really feel into what it means for you to do this collective healing. Not only you're helping yourself because you're cutting the strings away from the collective energies that are not serving your highest good, but you're also, by you cutting yourself from these energies, you're also making it a lot easier for the rest of those people who are still holding on to it, and are moving through it through their process. We got to also remember that everyone is going through their divine process and their divine journey, and we want to honor everyone where they are. But it's important that we also remember that we have that responsibility as part of a collective to do what we can to help the journey of healing for everyone, not only for ourselves. So it's kind of like a win-win. Not only you heal yourself, but you're also healing others, and you are also able to propel yourself forward in your path of ascension. So I hope this message resonated with you. I hope this made sense to you. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, if you want me to do any other conversations, start any more conversations about this here on the channel. Please let me know. And if you like this video, please make sure that you make sure that you subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and share this video with someone that you feel can benefit from this. When you help me grow this channel, you are basically helping me in my mission of education, in my mission of healing, and my mission of support and collective healing. This is definitely part of my mission, is doing collective healing. And I cannot express to you how much it means to me to be able to do this. And in addition, when you sign up for this membership, you're also helping support this channel. You're helping me support the live streams that I do every week, not only on Instagram, but also here on YouTube. And you're also helping, expand the family here. So I cannot express to you how much it would mean to me for you to join and for you to be part of this. It's truly something that means the world to me. And I'm just gonna say, I want to be here to help humanity. I know that this is my path. I know that there's nothing else that I'm meant to be doing but this, and beyond, and also teaching people how to empower themselves into connecting into their gifts and into their intuition, and I hope that you're enjoying this ride with me. And anyway, I want to stop now because I feel like I'm rambling, but this is it. I just want to say I love you. I am grateful for you. I hope that you're having a wonderful, amazing Sunday, and I will see you again next week. Thank you, and namaste.